After 2 games, Villanova has shot more threes than twos. 51.1% of their shots have come from behind the arc. It's pretty unlikely, but not impossible, that number could stay above 50% this season given their personnel. Last year's championship team finished at 47.5%. Of their 73 point attempts, just 5 of them have been off the dribble. The other 65 have been catch and shoot. Phil Booth and Javon Quinterly are the 2 players that make up those 5 attempts. Booth is 2 for 3 off the dribble, while Quinterly is 0 for 2. Exactly half of Villanova's 3-point attempts have come in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. They definitely aren't afraid to shoot them early, especially freshman Cole Swider. His average 3-point attempt has come just 5.2 seconds into the shot clock, even though he's 0 for 6 to start the year. The best way to describe Nevada is tall and old. Here's their starting lineup from the first 2 games of the year. The Martin twins are 6'7" at the guard spots. Jordan Caroline is also 6'7", playing the 3. Trayshawn Thurman is 6'8" at the 4, and Trey Porter is 6'11" at the 5. Not only that, but Nevada is significantly older than any other team in the power rankings. It's not really close. Kentucky and Duke are the 2 youngest teams, which isn't a surprise with their one-and-done recruiting style. Then there's a middle group, all fairly close in experience. And here's Nevada, second in the country out of the 353 Division I teams. I wouldn't give up on Kentucky just yet after a rough first week, but the poor defense from a team that is capable of being elite on that side of the ball is concerning. This is from over the summer, and look at how disruptive Keldon Johnson and Ashton Hagans are. They're dictating play, not the other way around. We just haven't seen that in the regular season, but there's plenty of time to figure some things out, and Kentucky doesn't play a team ranked in the top 100 again until December. Gonzaga is loaded with talent, more than capable of playing without Killian Tilly for the time being. I think I could pick a different Gonzaga player every week to highlight for the power rankings, but I'll start with San Jose State transfer Brandon Clark. Clark is a versatile big who has showcased his ability to put the ball on the floor early in the season. Here's a little elbow ISO play for Clark. He likes to drive left and spin back to the right for the finish. Clark's not a 3-point threat, but here he's still able to muscle his way to the basket off of a trail rip. He's also shown the ability to push in transition. He's a highlight waiting to happen after a steal. This play shows the skill of the Gonzaga bigs. A guard never even dribbles the ball on the possession, just Clark and Hachimura.
The Elon game early next season. What made you say yes when they asked?
Aren't they opening up a new arena? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. You know, we did it for UNC Asheville. We did it for College of Charleston. I happen to like him. I think he's a good young coach. I think Elon's a good school. Doug Moe's favorite school other than North Carolina. So I'm crazy enough to do a lot of different things. You know, you've heard the story. I called Fran Dunphy, he's coaching at Penn. I said, would you like to play us and we'll come play there first? He thought I was drunk. Nobody ever gave him that kind of call, but my radio guy had said he had never done a game from the Palestra. You know, so I'll do some games for some crazy things. But my staff's mad at me because we open up at Elon and at Wofford, you know, and Wofford is all right.
North Carolina is the only team on the power rankings to play a true road game this early in the season, and they've actually played 2 of them. Going back to 2002, only one other ACC school has opened with 2 straight road games like UNC did, Florida State in 2009. Of the teams in the power rankings, Nevada plays at Loyola Chicago on November 27th. A day later, Virginia plays at Maryland. On December 1st, Villanova plays at LaSalle and Gonzaga at Creighton. Kansas plays at Arizona State on December 22nd. Kentucky plays at Louisville on the 29th. And finally, Duke plays at Wake Forest on January 8th. Virginia opened the season with business as usual. 2 blowout wins against sub-200 teams. Since the 2014 season, Virginia is 51-1 against opponents outside the top 100. Tony Bennett's style of play hasn't been particularly upset-prone at all. During that same time frame, 3 schools have 0 losses to teams outside the top 100: Kansas, Villanova, and Louisville. Virginia is tied with Baylor and TCU with 1 loss. So what game was that 1 loss for Virginia? Okay, never mind, you already know. With Udoka Azubuike and Dedrick Lawson, Kansas is back to a traditional Bill Self team, throwing the ball into the post. In the 71 possessions in Kansas's last game against Vermont, the ball went into the post on 26 of them. When KU did get a post touch, they scored 1.15 points per possession. When they didn't, they scored 1.20. It's a bit of a weird situation for Kansas. You have a few plays a game just like this where Azubuike dunks the ball so easily off a post seal, you wonder why they don't do that every single time. But if the defense is able to force him to catch it just a little bit farther out, the efficiency drops dramatically. With the amount that they're feeding him the ball, Azubuike's post success will have a huge impact on Kansas's season. Let's say you're coaching a team about to play Duke. Who are you giving the Zion Williamson assignment to? Maybe you can put a strong body on him and force him right to his weak hand. Or put length on him and retreat on the drive and dare him to shoot. Or maybe go smaller and quicker so it's easier to stay in front of him. It's an interesting problem with no good answer right now. Zion has been almost perfect through his first 2 collegiate games. I'll be tracking who coaches try on Zion as the season progresses.